Alright, so we are back at Paris Mountain. So 3 hikes. This will be my 4th hike in 3 days. So this is the upper parking area for Brissy Ridge. This is usually like where you end up if there's no other like parking, but this is just where I wanted to park today. But anyway, and there's like picnic tables and stuff. So like this is a really cool like little area to come and, you know, just like spend the day or whatever, or afternoon. So they do have bathrooms up here in this parking area. So as you can see, there's that, and the bathrooms are clean. So, and they even have like a little bike repair kit station, which I'm sure I've probably shown this in other videos, but anyway, trash can, all that. I think the idea, man, I love the bigger sign. It's nice. So we're in the additional parking area, and so we're gonna go up to where we were parked the other day. But instead of going down the hikers only path, we're gonna go down Brissy Ridge to Pip-Sissewa around North Lake, and I'll go ahead and film all those campsites, and then come up Kanuga and the Sulphur Springs Trail back to the car. So when I measured it on All Trails before I left, it was like 6 miles or so. So hopefully we have time to do that. Yeah, so it's great being back on trail. Like I was sitting in the house and I was like, man, it's just so nice, like, because it's another one of those like unseasonably kind of warm January days. Like it's like mid-50s. Here's that. And so yeah, it's like mid-50s. And it's supposed to rain like a lot this week, so I'm trying to get out as much as I can while I can. But yeah, we'll just see what we see, and we'll see some wildlife or something. Anyway, you can see like the trail connecting up to the other parking area, like it's right beside the road, because I've seen a lot of times where people just road walk instead of taking the trail. And I need to get in a better habit. This is Paris Mountain State Park, Greenville, South Carolina. And like I say, you know, that's the upper parking area. That's like the uppermost parking area. It's also the largest parking area other than the Sulphur Springs. And there's bathrooms at both of those parking areas. There's also bathrooms down by the park ranger office, like when you first come in the park. So anyway, I'll just see what I always see. I mean, there's rain coming, so got probably about 4 or 5 hours before it hits. It's just a beautiful day. I mean, like, you know, it'd be nice if the sun was out, but a little more, but it was out this morning and I kept dawdling and didn't get out, but still nice to see some blue sky. And this trail's like a lot like the other trails, like you got roots and rocks and stuff, so. Oh, and I will say, if you come up here to backpack, they tell you to park in this upper parking area. So this is where we went down the other day. I'll link the video. But anyway, so we'll go left. So this is the parking area that everybody seems to try to get into. It's so rare that you get in it. So yeah, so we just did this little auxiliary trail. Now we're gonna go right and go down. Sally off. And another thing to note is the only day that bikes aren't allowed up here is on Saturday. So like we're up here on a Sunday afternoon, and of course there's bikes. So yeah, another one of those times you gotta bring your awareness game just to make sure you don't get run over. And I will give Paris Mountain credit. They're trying to highlight like stuff that might trip you up by painting it white. I don't know if that's the park doing that or just somebody doing that. But that's like the 4th or 5th ones like that I've seen that's painted. So here's where we came up in the last Paris Mountain video, where we came up Brissy and then went that way on Kanuga. Now this time we'll just go down Brissy and connect up with Kanuga-Sulphur. Alright, so this is the junction where we came up in the last video. So now we're just going to go stay on, or get on Kanuga-Sulphur. Come on. Leave it. So we'll take the right on North Lake. We've come down this side before in another video, but we're gonna go right and see all the campsites. So there's all the rules. It's pretty much the same. I think those are the same rules for pretty much anywhere you go. So but there's no bathrooms. So you know, you pack it in, you pack it out. So the first campsite you come to, if you come down Kanuga-Sulphur into North Lake and took in the right, first one you come to is Pond Hawk, right here across from the lake. Not on the lake, but back over here in the woods. And this is 2.37 miles from that parking area. So let's go ahead and check it out. And I think all the campsites have picnic tables and fire rings. I don't think all of them have tent pads though. See, there's the fire ring. Tent pad with what I've been told is a lantern post. So that's a picnic table. Plenty of like down trees for firewood and stuff. So I mean, you could hang. I think you could hang a hammock in here or two. Maybe between these two. So this is Pond Hawk, campsite number 1. So we'll keep going around the lake. I had to have an outfit change because it kind of started like raining and kind of like sprinkling, so I didn't want to get my fleece wet. So I just went ahead and put on this jacket instead. So I think there used to be a second campsite on this side, but now it's just that one. So, and then maybe it's because of all these down trees and stuff. Oh, that's a freshly broken one right there. Be some good firewood. So you just kind of go around the lake and then climb back up to the ridge that way. So the next campsite is right there. Right there on that point. We will head over that way. So this used to be the old Greenville County Reservoir. And then we'll show y'all Camp 5, but he this light, it's right in there. So I think this goes to like another neighborhood house that backs up to this land, I'm assuming. Or backs up to the state park. Little sitting area. Sit and enjoy the lake view. And this side of North Lake is probably the rootiest. The rest of the trails been, kind of like what most of the trails are like, but this side just is really rooty. Get out of here. Yeah, so that campsite's right there on that little point. That's where we've stayed both times we've backpacked into Paris Mountain. And one time, I think the other time we camped ourselves at site 4. This the one right by Kanuga. I think 2 has the best views and probably 5. The view ain't bad at 4, but it's just kind of on a ridge. It's kind of away from the water. So what makes it nice about 2 and 6 is you're right on the water. Or 2 and 5, sorry. So this is like the first entrance that you can use for site 2. And it just walks down that way. It's about 2.7 from the parking lot. But we're going up. I will say, like, this one's nice, but if you have to like use the bathroom or something, you really don't have a lot of privacy. Because you're just kind of, you're surrounded by trails, so you really don't have a ton of privacy to like use the bathroom. But, oh, they don't even have, oh yeah, they do, okay. Behind this tree. So this is the second entrance called, so this one's Bullfrog. But I will say that typically when I come here, I use that other entrance. But I just wanted to show the sign so y'all have the campsite number, name, and all that. But I mean, you see, just campsite. Now you can see campsite 5 just like straight across through those trees over there. I mean, we've fit 4 hammock setups here before, but that was before that tree broke. It seems like it's missing another one, but we've set a couple of tents up, a couple or 3 tents up here as well when we were tent camping. Obviously got the nice fire ring. It's always nice to have a picnic table and one of those lantern posts. I really don't know, like, if you can actually use that as a bear hang. I mean, I know they've had bears up here before, but I don't think anybody's ever had a problem with them, like, being aggressive or getting people's food. But, I mean, there's probably plenty of trees that actually hang a bear bag. That was your chosen method. Anyway, I mean, it's nice, but, like, there are some dead trees. And Sally, like, this tree here has broke since we camped here. So, yeah, I mean, you've got options. I'll say that. But like I say, I mean, the view right here is really nice. Anyway, we'll head on to site number 3. The last time we came, I didn't actually get the water out of the lake. I got it from a stream crossing on up the trail. So 2.8. I don't know why. That's why I did that one time. I mean, we've done it both ways, lake and stream. And as long as you filter the water, I think it'd be fine. So this is like 1/8 of a mile past campsite number 2 is the stream.
Howdy.
Hey.
Have a great day.
You too. So that's one of those where it's like I kind of heard them coming and I was like, oh, gotta get out of the way. So, I mean, like, literally, we just passed that stream, and the third campsite's just right here. And I actually think the stream is right by the campsite. But this is the one, it's like, it's kind of back in here. So anyway, you can see up here. Big rotten tree. You just want to peace and quiet to yourself. Probably camp in here. You'd probably hang a tent or a hammock between those two, but I don't really know because that looks like kind of like it's broken. So I would say hang at your own risk. But it does have fire. I mean, I think you could probably just tent. Nice fire ring. And a table. A lantern post. And then, yeah, so right there is that same stream that we just crossed over a minute ago. So the water's right here. As far as water access, I think this has the best water access just because it's right beside the stream. You got, that's a nice little hidden spot back in here. Anyway, this is campsite number 3. I don't know if I actually said, but it's about 3.1 from the parking area. Now I've done some, you know, a little bit extra walking, so it may be shorter than that, just while I'm going in and out of all these campsites, but pretty sure it's around 3. Yeah, we'll show y'all campsite number 4. Sally has adopted a stick. So you can see now campsite 4 is just right there on that hill. That little stream. But I don't know if I would really rely on this because at the time, see, because it's dry on the northern side of the trail. So you can just pick however you want to get the water, but this is campsite 4, about 3.2, about another 1/8 of a mile past 3. So before I go up there to the campsite, I'll add, you can walk down to the lake, just past the lake right there's this line, and you can walk down this steep hill to the lake. It is a little bit slippery, so just be cautious when you walk down, or if you walk down. Like I said, you could probably get water out of that stream, but I know that sometimes I come up here and there's not water there, so you would have to get it out of the lake or pack it in. So this is 4. So yeah, one has a picnic table, fire ring. Now this, when me and my husband came here, somehow or other he was strung up, I think between this tree and that over there. I was strung up, I think between this tree and that tree. So yeah, it's really not, maybe if you go over there, but I mean still, like that tree there looks like it might break. So I definitely think if you camp at 4, I would probably recommend doing a tent. But I will say too, Kanuga comes down right there, so you can actually go out and hit Kanuga that way instead of going down and up. So I mean, you might could hang between those 2 trees. I mean, you probably got options. You might could hang from that to that, but I don't know. Or even maybe from that to that. Definitely a good tenting site. I've seen people tent here. I've not really seen a lot of people hammock. Most times I see people hammocking. I've seen them at 2. And I think I've seen people set up at 1 in a hammock. So, you know, it's just, and that's why I figured like I would video record the campsites, that way you can kind of have a better idea. This is January 2023, so yeah. Anyway, that was site 4. So this right here is where Kanuga comes down, so we'll go up that way, go back to the car. If you were looking to make a loop and you kind of wanted to make it easy on yourself, I would go out basically do the reverse of what I'm doing. Come down Kanuga, because it's steeper going up than Pipsissewa. So come down, and then if you're camping along here, you know, go left. If you're camping at 5, go straight. You know, and then go up Pipsissewa. You know, a lot of times when we've come, we've actually just out and back. You know, just whatever the trail we came down on, we went up. But anyway, so we'll keep going around this way to number 5. And I think used to you could go into the campsite here. But I think when that tree fell, it's been like a year or two ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago. And it had this campsite shut down for a while, but it's reopened now. But anyway, I think when that fell, it kind of, people quit going in that way. Anyway, so number 5 is rhododendron. Comes with a pot. Oh, and this is 3.4, roughly 3.5, somewhere about 3.4, from the parking area. But it's on a hill, so, I mean, there's not a lot of flat. As you can see, I mean, that pine tree, when it fell, it went all the way down. So, you see, these trees really don't look the best. So I don't know that I would trust any of them really to hang on. I think initially, I maybe looked over there. So that over there don't look too bad. But I don't know that this is really tent friendly because there's a lot of roots. It's kind of on a hill. But I mean, the view is really nice. So it's just, you know, up to you whether you want to. I mean, you might could set up a small tent here and not be too bad. Or maybe up there. But, I mean, you definitely can't set up below this picnic table because it's nothing but a steep hill. Like I say, the view is really nice from this spot. And like in the summer, you get like a nice breeze coming off the lake. It's very enjoyable. Because a lot of times, like if I come up here for a day hike, I'll stop here and just kind of soak in the view and take a snack break and all that. Yeah, I mean, like this is a really nice site. It's kind of like closed in, so you got privacy and stuff like that. Because it looks like people have started to camp kind of over here. Because when I was scoping it out before, like it was like there was shrubs and stuff. So, I mean, you could probably make it work. I mean, really, even this tree here, it ain't looking that strong. And I don't know about that tree there. So I would just say, you know, pick your hanging if you're hanging. I mean, really, this site would be better for hanging just because it's so unlevel. But there's just not a lot of options to hang. So, so you could probably maybe clear this up and set a tent here. You know, maybe set a tent there. And maybe set one like right in there, because that don't look too steep, but it looks kind of lumpy. So that is all the campsites around North Lake. Now I will say, if you camp at this one, the shortest way in would be coming down Pipsissewa and then turning left on North Lake instead of going the long way around. So, and this side of the North Lake Trail isn't as rocky and rooty and stuff as that other side. But even that other side, even though it's rocky and rooty in places, like, it's a very short section. And it looks like there's a trail going that way, but I don't know why. But anyway, that is it for the campsite tour of the backcountry sites at Paris Mountain. Like I say, so you're coming down from the parking area. If you walk all the way around the lake to this, it's 3.5 miles. Relatively easy terrain. Not as easy going back out, obviously, because you're going uphill. But anyway, plenty of water sources, obviously, you know, with like some of the creeks and the lake. Just filter and all that. If y'all see anything and have any particular questions, I'll try to answer them. But meantime, let's keep on hiking. So we're going to go back up and take Kanuga up to the ridge and back to the car that way. You know, like, I checked the radar and it's not showing rain, but it keeps drizzling, so it's like I kind of wanted stop and take a snack break, but I don't want to stop and get like wet and cold. So we'll just keep on going. This is really nice. I like this side of the trail with the rhododendron or mountain laurel tunnels. I think these are mountain laurel. Alright, so we stopped to get our snacks out and stuff. But one other thing about the campsites is as you come up Kanuga, I mean, it's like short. I mean, it's just right here. But this is the other way into campsite 4. So you can see people kind of walking down that way, and people looks like walk down that way. Now we gotta climb back up the ridge. So this is that stream that you cross on the other side between 3 and 4. So you have water right here. But I was gonna say too, is I went ahead and got mine and Sally's snacks out lunch while we go up the hill. So I got me some salted watermelon blocks, and I'm gonna share or give Sally most of this. Is the Larabar peanut butter cookie. I'll just keep showing you all the way. So I think Sally heard the word Larabar. You want a treat? You want a treat? And a bite. Oh, good girl. Cleaned up. You can see this trail is significantly steeper than Ipsissawa. I think this is probably the steepest part. Been a few more people on this side. I've seen a couple of couples, and one guy just passed me, and a mountain biker about scared me out of my skin. So or no, it wasn't a mountain biker, it was a trail runner. Did not hear him at all. Excuse me. But we're gonna have too much heat coming up this hill, so I'd take the jacket off. But I think it's almost 60 degrees, so I'm not too worried about getting cold. So it's interesting, because I use these energy chews kind of as a replacement instead of drinking Gatorade during trips and stuff. And I got to reading the information label, and it says eat 1 packet every hour during activity. That seems excessive, because there's 24 carbs, 12 sugar, and 100 sodium, like per serving. And there's 2 servings in this, so that's 40. That'd be 48 carbs. That's 24 grams of sugar. If you ate one of these for every hour, because like some of my backpacking trips, like we're active for like 8 to 10 hours. That's like a massive amount of sugar. That does not seem healthy. So does anybody else use these? And because I mean, it seems to do me well just to eat maybe 1, maybe 2 packets if it's like really hot, but not 1 every hour. That just seems just like too much to me. But I don't know, that caught me off guard. So another thing I'll say is pretty much everywhere here you get Verizon service. It's a little bit slow. It may be like 1 bar, but you do have service here. So it seems like no matter when I come on this trail, this section right here is always a muddy, wet mess. And right through the trees, I don't even see it. It's like right in there, is the reservoir where all the campsites are. But once you reach this section, I don't know, it's not near as steep as that initial climb up. I think that climb's about maybe 3/4 of a mile long or so. So it's like once you turn that corner, it just kind of turns into like this ridge walk kind of vibe. Just overlooking the reservoir and the valley. Look at all the different mosses. So here was where we came up and turned left yesterday, or Friday. So since we came from the opposite direction, we'll go right. Take one last look. So this is 4.9 from the parking lot. I mean, it could be a little bit less, probably, you know, where we were exploring the campsites and stuff. So anyway, just keep enjoying it. I think this bench is new. I don't remember this always being here, but this is a place a lot of people rest. Make use of it. Oh, that feels good to sit. So thank you, Al and Patty. Oh, I was gonna put my jacket back on. Since I quit going uphill burning those calories, I got cooled down. Plus we're up here kind of on this ridgeline now, so I figure I'll get cold if I don't put my jacket back on. Alright, now we're ready. Not warm. Now it's time to keep going. So this is the other half of Sulphur Springs Loop, you know, and that turns into foot traffic only going down by the stream. But always come up that because it's more technical. So just depending on your own personal preference, whether you rather go up or down technical terrain. That side over there is the one that's technical. Yeah, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. Alright, so we're back to this parking lot where we parked on Friday. now just get back to the car at the upper parking lot. So this has been a really fun day. I'm just getting out, just getting some fresh air and enjoying the trail. All total, I think we'll have about 6 miles by the time we hit the car. So yeah, it's just been really fun. You know, I always love going down by the reservoir at North Lake. Yeah, so glad the rain kind of held off. I mean, it did sprinkle on us a couple of times, but nothing that amounted to much. Anyway, we'll just keep walking, making our way back to the car. And this is definitely like one, you know, when you're ready for like longer than a mile or two, this is a good one to do when you're trying to kind of increase your mileage hiking and stuff. So and it's kid friendly. I feel like any kid or dog, you know, it's very dog friendly. And this whole loop that I did today is also bikeable. So none of it was hike only portions. And Miss Sally had fun. Did you have fun, Sally? So I don't know if I actually have shown this, but this upper parking lot, it loops. So you drive off to the right and then it loops back around. And 6.5, I'm like roughly 6.5 miles. So I don't know if I'll edit this out if I've shown it at the beginning, but so we went from the additional parking down the yellow trail, down the green trail, around North Lake, campsite 5, backtracked, up Kanuga, Fire Tower Trail, Sulphur Springs, additional parking. So, anyway, see you all next time.